Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me for this live stream for the day trading. I am way late. I'm 30 minutes late on the stream. I've had some technical issues. I overslept a little bit, and just in general, it hasn't started out great. Again, if you're not aware, it's 3:30 in the morning here, and it's a struggle trying to get up early enough for the market. But we're here, and so we're gonna get started. First, real quickly, let me cover yesterday a little bit. I'm kind of slacking a little bit on not necessarily tracking, but in all the reasons. So like normally I put a note on what happened or how it went. But I've been kind of uh, yesterday you know, had army training, so I couldn't really stay back and write notes. And by the time I got home, I was pretty tired, so I did have five trades yesterday. One of them was red, and there's a swing trade right now that we're gonna check out. And yeah, I'm kind of running way late, so let's check it out before it gets too crazy. So that swing trade was uh, Neo. So you can see I'm bought in way up here, and I just assumed it was gonna go up just because of the trend that it was following before. And so I decided to keep it. And right now it looks like I'm still under the price that I bought it at, and so we're gonna probably end up losing uh, that if we get rid of it right now. But we're gonna keep it for the time being. I also didn't, you know, I also didn't have time to find the stocks and take screenshots yesterday, so I'm way behind. And so hopefully you guys understand, and we're gonna try to get some which one call it, some companies right now to see what we can do. We need to keep the ones from yesterday because I haven't, like I mentioned, I haven't taken screenshots. So we need to do that after we're done today. I've been really struggling, guys. I've been really struggling, and to be honest, I'm not 100% sure how much is um, discipline and how much of this is just lack of discipline and how much it's just bad abilities, bad skills. I don't know if I'm making sense. But let's see what we were doing yesterday with the bank. Oh, so we got Neo, Neo Ford HTBX. That's the video we're making yesterday. Okay, that's it. So let's look at the pre-market movers. I'm just gonna find a couple because oh, did you guys do it for the pre-market? Oh, there it is. And so it looks like we got a few. It's gonna a lot better before the market opens. It's now everything's jumping around. It's up here. Let's also my Thinkorswim is getting really slow for whatever reason. Right, SPA. RSX. BioC. QEP MMLO. And then party PRTY. I remember we played that one earlier. And one more PSV. Trying not to rush. I don't make mistakes, but definitely rush. As you can see, my thing is not even loading. Just to add to all the things going on. If you're out there, feel free to join the chat. Keep me awake for a little bit. It's a lot harder to stay awake and think you're talking to yourself. Yeah, it's not loading. Just a lot of issues, guys. A lot of things going on here. I'm gonna have to restart this thing. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to restart it. The screen's gonna go black for a little bit. Like I'm gonna switch to the main camera here. Oh goodness gracious, guys. My brain reports. Whew. Alright, for those of you guys join me, thank you, appreciate it. Um, Password is not working. Oh, man. Wow, look at that. Scored yesterday. Way down here. I even lost on one. Yeah. So, yeah, I left the wrong one as the swing. Yeah, let's take this one. Should we get into this one? Looks like some of these aren't really gonna have a lot of volume. This is the one that was swing, so looks like it's moving up. You have the top and the bottom. So it's already working on the second, what do you call higher low. Yeah. It's not gonna have enough volume, so it might have bottomed out already. Let's see. So we are in. You know, I have a feeling if I go into this, it's gonna drop. Look at this one. It's only $1 higher than yesterday. We got a couple of these that look like they're bottomed out already. But overall, they were downtrending before, so I don't know. Hey, what's not going today? So today, as I normally pick my stock from the pre-market movers, but I was late today, man. My bad, bro. Um, so I'm just trying to see if I can recover from some of these. Uh, the only problem is that not yesterday was a good day. Yesterday I was like I said, I only had one red, and so overall I was up, 351, which is great after a day of negative 625 and negative 1136. So right now I'm just trying to get my confidence back. But it looks like we're going to be working with uh, Foresight Autonomous Holdings, which I'm waiting for this thing to come back down a little bit so you can get into it. Um, but the problem is that there's so many different techniques from people that, like if this thing drops this much, most likely it's going to start picking up. And a lot of people say to wait until it's confirmed that the price is changing. And so that would mean that it would have to pass this point. But by then, you don't know if it's going to stay right there or if it's going to keep going. You never really know anything. That's the thing that I'm having the most problems with. Are you in Hawaii or are you in the mainland? If you're in Hawaii, you're doing better than me waking up early now. Yeah, look at this one right here. So we paid this one yesterday, but this is dropping big time. Not about therapeutics. I got a lot of alarms going off for my Robinhood account. Once below, above, above. Let me check my Robinhood real quick before this. I mean, with all the crazy stuff going on, I'm assuming Oklahoma. Oh, nice. I mean, you know what I mean. at least you're probably nice and awake and ready for the market. But yeah, man, like right now, Robinhood is what? No way. For real? Up 1,100 bucks. Wow. Okay. I don't know if that's a. I mean, it's a good thing, but I don't know if it's a sign it's about to drop down because there's protests all over the world, and it's up 1,100 bucks. Yeah, Oklahoma. Look at this, man. So have you been trading for a while, or are you starting to trade, trying to figure out the system, or 'cause that's where I'm at. I hope you know that. Just learning, trying to my fourth week. Today we should be doing $40 positions. So we're just looking to see what we can get into. See, like this one already did a higher high, but the problem is it's not passing these previous. So that's gonna be, you know, that's not very, definitively uh, doing an upward trend. So I don't know if I want to touch that one today, or at least right now. Yeah, same here, man. So I've done a lot of the training courses that I can get my hands on for free so far, and just to, I'm trying to determine if this is something that I can do, especially with this pandemic going on, man. We gotta find something to make money. Probably not the best option, but it's an option that I'm interested about. So I do right now. If you watch the other streams, so I am trying to learn from the very basics. So buying low, selling high, especially because my portfolio is so small. I do think options is probably one of those things I need to really get into. Buying options, calls and puts. But man, I still don't understand uh, that well. So in my head, these are the basics. So I want to start out with the basics. You know what I'm saying? Let me see if I can read it. I'm getting old, so let me see the messages. Great. I would, but I'll probably get in trouble. So a lot of the guys that I'm watching, like the penny stocks, like Tim Sykes, and then there's another guy, Chris Ellie or something. I can't remember. Things about pop, so maybe we'll get into this one. And they do have courses, but yeah, I don't want to be that guy, man. They're easy to find though. You just gotta, just Google their name, and there's places where you can download them. I don't know how legitimate they are, the places, you know what I mean? Because obviously, uh, yeah. To be honest, I have a problem with a lot of these guys that pop up in uh, my advertisement when I turn on these videos because it's just they try to sell it and make it seem like everybody can do it, which I understand that it's difficult. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to be out here and be like make people believe that this is easy. That's why I'm doing the streams, even though I'm losing on so far in the first 4 weeks, so people kind of see the reality of it. That it's really not that easy. It's kind of emotional for those people that like somebody like me with little patience, kind of like the kind of personality that I have. It's probably gonna be a lot harder for me. See, I wanna chase this man, bro. So it's probably gonna be a lot harder for me to be able to make money off of this. But at the same time, I want to be able to, I want to be better. I want to be able to control my emotions. So, what better way to test it? You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm not a big fan of gurus, but if they found success, guess that's the argument they're making. They found success on it. So I am, you know, interested in some of the points I have to say. But a lot of the stuff is free though. So like a lot of what I've done is I do sign up for the newsletters, and then I do get a lot of them offer free ebooks, and so I download those. But I don't really want to chase any of the stocks that they put out because that's really what they want. You know what I mean? And I'm not. Yeah, every single video, man, they pop up in the beginning of the video, in the middle of it. Some of them are kind of a little bit too cocky for me. Um, but I'm just taking the free stuff that's out there, and if it seems like it's something that I can get better at, then okay, then I can start spending some money. I understand you got to spend money to make money, but it's too early for me. You know what I mean? I've already put $1,000 in here. $1,000 might not seem like a lot of money for somebody day trading with 25, 50,000, but yeah, it's a lot of money for me. Especially, I'm self-employed and I can't work right now, so I don't want to risk too much. Some fun on me. I don't know if this is gonna do anything today. But yeah, I mean, it's like everything, man, we just gotta learn. We gotta start somewhere. So hopefully people can learn from my mistakes. I've been trying to post, man, but yeah, I gotta work on my discipline. If you notice, my channel is with a lot of keto stuff, and even though I'm 100% convinced that it works, for whatever reason, I can't get back into it. So there's a few things I need to work on to maybe be more successful in everything that I'm doing. You know, and that's what I'm doing. You know. But yeah, man, if you come up with anything, let me know. Because like I said, we're learning together. You know. I do watch the Humble Trader, so if you notice when I do my journal that I got here, I'll show it to you real quick. Um, so I put my face on it just because that's the only space where I wouldn't cover any information. But this is from the Humble Trader, and she's a Canadian good lady. She she posts a lot of really good videos. She tells you how it is. You know what I mean? That it's not easy to get into this. You're gonna lose money for sure. Um, but I really like her approach. So you should check her out. Maybe I should put her on one of my channels. Um, on my channel here. Yeah, this one looks like it's about to confirm. I don't know. If this one pops over this, we might get into it. 35? Is that how much we want to do? Yesterday I made a mistake. I put 45 shares of Ford, which is 200 and something dollars. On one transaction, I used half of the money that I'm allotted. So 80 divided by 87. Yeah, 45 each. Yeah, 45, 36. See this one right here? It's trying to consolidate down. So normally what I've seen so far is that when anything can happen, but it looks like normally it pops down. So it has to break one of these two lines, and I think most of the time when it's coming down like this, it's going to be the bottom line that gets broken. You know? I'm thinking about moving for a while already. I've been thinking about moving to Texas, man. What do you think? Uh, not just for be able to mess with this, but also because it's way cheaper than over here in Hawaii. I understand everybody. I shouldn't be complaining living in Hawaii, but it's small, man, and that's like probably the number one complaint for people is just so small. 30 minutes you can get pretty much anywhere, which is convenient for once. Or depending, I guess, on perspective, but it's convenient and to be able to get wherever you want in 30 minutes compared to like when I live in California, it used to take me 45 minutes to go to work. Uh, it's just so a little bit monotonous. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's cheap. I got a friend that they moved from Eva Beach here, bought a house, small house, a little bit older, but not crazy old. 360,000, and this is 15 years ago. And then he moved to Texas, and from so he bought the house for 360, and obviously everything's going up over here. And so from the difference from when he bought it and sold it for, he was able to pay cash for a house in Texas. Nice. I went over there to visit him, and it was 85,000. I think it was like a three-bedroom with a yard and like a little garage, but it looked more. It was a garage, but it looked more like a barn. Nice. Yeah, I mean, I heard Oklahoma's kind of flat, man. Dusty and stuff. I've never been there, so I don't want to, judge you off of, you know, what I see on TV because, I'm from Mexico. Everything you see on TV, it's going to change this. Everything you see on TV from about Mexico, it's very negative. I, I don't really have that many negative stories about Mexico, so that's why I don't want to judge it. But it seems, s- it seems a little bit too conservative for me. And I know that's what you mean about politics. I'm in the military, so I can handle conservative politics. But being my skin color and having girls that are half Japanese, half Mexican, they're probably gonna have issues living up there. I don't know. What do you think, California? Oh, okay. So, do you like it? I mean, I know that like I can move to Mexico and live like a king. I can sell everything I have right now and have at least a nice 10-year run in Mexico. Um, but there's some things given up. So I'm assuming you moved to Oklahoma because it's more affordable. But is it worth it? Do you think? I believe it's Arrasa. Nice. So how do you feel about Oklahoma, man? Do you feel any kind of friction at all? It's weird because I know that the Midwest, the South, they have a reputation for being very friendly. The ones that I've met are really polite and they do have that Southern kind of hospitality in small town and trying to get to know people. So I have that impression, which is a good one, I think. But at the same time, they don't get exposed to a lot of different cultures, a lot of different looking people. So uh, those that maybe aren't as open-minded I already have like this predetermined idea of who you're supposed to be and how you're supposed to act, and that's the part that makes me nervous. You know what I mean? Like when I go to like the South for military training, I always hear these stories about, hey, we don't like you kind of on here kind of thing. Even now, even in DC or so, I'm okay with moving anywhere in the U.S. And it's a lot better than other places, sure, but uh, I have my reservations. I think a little bit like that about Texas. But, you know. Oh yeah, Oklahoma. Yeah, yeah. I'm kind of lazy, man. I'm gonna be honest. It's not even like I'm a hard worker, that only when I have to. I don't know. It's but there's a lot of Hispanics. I think we're gonna get into this one. See how this one's doing a second top right here. So we've got $40 or 270. Let's go 15. 15 shares. I don't like doing the ask. Let's see. Let's see 272. You can grab it like that. I don't want to leave it behind. There we go. So we're in with this one at 272. Let's see how long we can ride it. Maybe running at 4 o'clock. 272. Yeah, let's put this one on the right so we don't lose track of it. All right, already dropping. See that? This is welcome to the market, man. In Oklahoma, huh? Because I know California is like 85% Hispanics. You say Oklahoma is pretty close to that. I don't know anybody in Oklahoma, man. I know a guy in Kansas because he's in the military up there, Mexican dude. That's it. Oops. Oh, Native Americans, I remember. Okay, I'm not sure. Yeah, I find it interesting the Native American communities. Kind of want to check one of them out. I don't know how easy it is to just walk in there and try to interact with people, but I find that interesting. This one looks like might be crossing over, so we might get into this one too. Let me update it. XPS, XSPS. I'm dyslexic, man. This one's struggling to get past this line, so we might end up losing on this one. Let's put this line up here so we have a exit. Do you recommend Oklahoma though? Like overall, you're doing good over there, especially coming from California. How different is it? We're gonna get into this one. 40 divided by 47, 85. Is it gonna cross over? I'm gonna buy the ass. I don't like buying the ass because you normally goes, I mean, obviously the ass is gonna be higher, so you almost always immediately start out in the red. 403, and we're in it for 4683. Yeah, yeah, I consider it, man. Um, Even if it's just for the cost of living, because that's a huge difference. You know what I mean? When you're struggling, we average 5,000 over here, just minimum. You know, we're lucky that we can. We've been um, pretty lucky with buying a house and going up in price, and us moving to being able to buy a house here in Waikiki for cash that we can rent out Airbnb when we get travel. So far, it's been working out for us. I can't really complain too much, but uh, yeah, still expensive. It's really hard to ignore those sounds when you're watching, what do you call those shows? House hunters, house virgins, or whatever. And you see these massive mansions that cost you millions of dollars here in Hawaii, and they're selling for 150, 200,000. So it's really hard to ignore those and just make you tempted to see how it would be. Um, so definitely wanna try for that. But yeah, I do have my reservations, man. You know, I'm not close-minded about it. I just don't know enough about it, I guess. Yeah, yeah. $12 over here. You gotta live in a house with 10 people, everybody making at least $12 to make it work. You know. Plus, I've been in Hawaii 20, going on 22 years. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, it's time to change it up a little bit. If that's the original reason why I started this YouTube channel, because I thought I was gonna be retiring or trying to retire soon, like Mr. Money Mustache, where he retired in like 10 years of working. I'm not making as much money as he was making as an engineer, uh, but I still wanted to kind of give it a shot. And this pandemic kind of put a little stop to that. But I think I'm gonna have to get out of these. I was up dollar, and now I'm down. I'm in Oahu. I'm in the main one, and so it's not as expensive as Maui or Hawaii actually. But the job opportunities here, especially because I speak some Japanese, yeah, it's a lot better. That's the biggest reason why we haven't really made the decision to move to Texas, because my wife is Japanese and it doesn't look like the Japanese community over there is too big. Um, and there's no way we can leave, like, as photographers here in Hawaii. I'm sure you can assume tons of people come to Hawaii to get married. Not right now, but they do. And so there's no way we can make the kind of money that we're making here, and even in San Diego, where the Japanese community is really high too. So we would definitely have to have enough savings, uh, to let us go maybe 6 months to a year while we'll build a customer base as photographers. So otherwise, it's I mean, we'll have to go back to working for somebody, and I'm pretty hard headed about doing that, because I did it. I was self-employed, then being kind of fearful that the flow season is not going to be enough. I went back and I didn't like it. Once you're self-employed, it's really hard to go back to work for somebody. Yeah, yeah. The problem is that people were supposed to like. So we live in a building that can be rented out for Airbnb, so we can see kind of how it changed from a lot of tourism, everybody people showing up every day, to like people barely showing up. Um, thing is that they put in a 14-day quarantine rule for tourists. A lot of people are breaking them, so people start getting arrested. I'm okay with taking advantage of the cheap tickets. That's my main thing here in this channel, is trying to travel cheap with kids and all that. But they were just straight up breaking the law, man. I don't know. If it's so cheap, that means you can stay here for, if even if it's half the price, that means you can stay here double the time. Uh, So I don't know, man. It's just a weird time. Overall, everything right now is kind of just a weird time. You know, um, people coming here in the middle of pandemic, deciding to get in the plane. 5, 6 hours, knowing that by law you're supposed to stay indoors for 14 days before you started walking out, and people just weren't doing it. Like, I don't know, man. We had tickets to Taiwan that I didn't want to cancel. I wanted to kind of keep them. I wanted to let the airlines cancel, so at least we have a refund or something. But I would have gone, but now in retrospect, I'm not saying that, but now I would have kind of realized that I would have unnecessarily put myself in a bad situation, being stuck in another country or having to get quarantined somewhere. Um, but I guess people wouldn't take that risk. Man, this one, I don't know if it's gonna. come back up. I don't know. Ooh, man. Yeah, I think this pattern got broken already. You want to get out already? Yeah, yeah. I know it's at least 20 minutes. I don't know how to fix that though. Yeah, plus I'm using my phone for the chat. I don't have a second screen. I'm using my phone, and my phone is cracked, so I can't really. It takes me a while to read what the question is. Yeah, my bad, man. I don't really know how to fix this. I've been experimenting with all kinds of stuff. I got a microphone right here that I thought was going to be good enough, but it sounds pretty much the same as the one that I'm part of this headphone. So I've just been trying to get the stream to look and sound a little bit better. But yeah, I know there's at least a 20-second delay. So maybe that's what it is. 20 seconds your way, 20 seconds my way. Yeah, and then there's literally where the words pop up on the chat. That's where all the cracks are, and the cracks are basically the same size as the text. So I gotta keep shifting back and forth when I can't really see a word too clearly. Yeah, so we're going green on this one again. I don't know if I want to let it go back to red, so let me adjust this line and we'll probably just take our losses if it starts moving back. I'm not sure, man. Look at this one over here. Bought it, it went red, it looked like it was gonna go green, and now it's sitting flat right below it. Yeah. You know what's weird? What I found so far about day trading. I mean, I know this is impossible, but it feels like somebody's watching my entries and my exits. You know what I mean? Especially when I have like a stop loss somewhere. Like like you see a nice little upward movement, and then you get in it, and all of a sudden it just drops. You know what I mean? Uh, and it drops like 2 days ago. I think 2 or 3 days ago, I had one that was kind of like that, where I was up $2, and in a split second, it dropped $1.50 of the gains that I had. So I panicked. I sold and shot back up. So somebody, um, obviously, there's a lot of people doing this. Some of them better than others. Just, I think some of those guys are so aware of the psychology that goes on. Like this one's going red again, so I don't know. I don't know if I should get out of it. But some of those guys might know exactly what other people are thinking because, I mean, they know where you're sitting at on your exits or your limit of your stop orders. They can just go beat them up, and then the price keeps going. Or the other way around, where they start shorting and then it just drops in seconds, and if you're not quick enough, you lose all your gains. You know, yeah, no problem, man. Thanks. I appreciate you guys joining the chat, by the way. This one's going flat. What you doing? Mm-hmm. Probably shouldn't let it go red again. I'm only at 15, 30 cents. Mm. It's following this line pretty well though. If it breaks out right now. This one on the left is making me worried. Making me worried it's gonna drop all of a sudden. And take me out and then it's gonna shoot up. This one's still looking pretty strong, even though it really hasn't moved from where I came in at. There it is. Fishing. There we go. There we go. Nice. Alright, so at least now I have an exit, you know what I mean? Like a with profit, with gain. So if it goes below this one, I'm selling. I don't like putting stop losses because I think they can see them. They can see them here on the level 2 and they can just eat them up and take me out. So right now we're gonna wait for this one. Oh, we just did. Look at this one on the left. Oh my gosh. What are we gonna do now? We're gonna drop. They go off so flat, so fast. Look at this. Huge movements. And right as soon as I go in, it's just flat. I'm watching that. I'm watching. In my stomach. This one starting to slow down. You got 15 shares on this side, 85 on this side. This one's dropping quick. Not quick, but with a very uh, obvious down trending here. How far do I want this one to go? Yeah, this one's still moving. Good, good, good. Looks like this is gonna bottom out right here, like that previous drop, that first block. This one's continuing to move, so now we got a new support. So we're gonna move this one here. Looks like that's gonna be the next one. We'll find out soon, man. Move this one too. Move this one back to the previous one. So I have 2 layers. Oh man, don't drop, don't drop, don't drop, drop. I'm gonna have to get out of this. Yeah. If I get out, it's gonna go straight up. All right, so first loss, $1. Ugh. Jeez. Oh, and the one on the other side is dropping too. So I'm out of. Oh, I never even put it in. My bad. So I'm out of BioC. There was a 45506, 45506. Now they're gonna be the bottom. Shoot up. Uh-oh. That's in this one. Oh, man. Get out, get out. Yeah. Well, at least we made some money on here, but the problem is I lost $1.03 and so I'm only up 55 cents. Damn it. 421. Probably gonna keep them. Probably gonna keep them to this one though. At least until this starts turning around. 282533. So, alright. See that? See how I a little drop and then it's gonna come back. You're watching me, man. I don't know. We'll wait for this one. Look at this. Look how I'm at the bottom of this. Yeah. Like the whole point is to buy low, sell high, and I'm literally the opposite of this thing. Buy high, so low, and now it's going up. It's probably gonna break through my previous price. Look at this. No, this wasn't declining, right? Gotta be declining. Let's get back into this one. Let's get back in. Alright, let's not get into it. Okay, so we're back in it. It's probably a mistake, but we'll find out soon. So, 280. Oh my god, I just give away all my, just give up most of my games. Well, that sucks. In the meantime, it's not looking strong right now. How does that happen? You know what I mean? Like, look at that. That's green, green, green. I go in, and it starts going down. I get out. I mean, how many people must have seen exactly like that? I did. Think about that. Right? Like, so people saw three green candles. They all got in after seeing maybe a bottomed out or something. And yeah, yeah, I don't know how to explain that, man. So somebody's definitely meant to go. See that? I at the bottom over here. Yeah, okay, I don't read anything. 703, 0.6. Oh man. So now I'm at the red on this side. This one, I thought it was gonna go down, but it actually ended up going up. I was wrong about that one. Actually, no. They went from 151 to 40 cents. Jeez, 40 cents, and I would have ended up probably got into that one. 40 divided by 126 shares. Probably shouldn't be doing like even $10. See, like this one, is this one bottom, bottoming out? It's like, no, it's good. It's hard to go home. It's good 24 shares. Let's go in at 174. Yeah, it's hard to go home, man. And this is, I've been playing PUBG recently. I just discovered that game. I know it's about almost 3 years old, but I just discovered it. So I started playing that game, trying to stream it. Still trying to do that on Twitch, but I haven't done it in days. And I realized that when you try to survive and when you try to go to the areas where there's less enemy, you hide in buildings, um, you really end up losing faster. You stay alive longer. The first enemy you run into, you die fast. Those guys, if you're waiting for all the good players, the only ones left. So when you run into them, they're gonna kill you. They're just better than because I'm still a newbie. So then what I decided to do is I decided to drop into the hottest areas, cities, with the most buildings, the most loot. And so I run into these guys more often. A lot of them are near too, and you end up getting more kills. It's a weird because you end up getting more kills because you're running into newer guys. When you try to survive and kind of sneak around at the very end, and those guys, they probably got thousands of hours in, and so they know exactly how to do it. And so in a way, you kind of apply that to this. You don't want to be careless. You're definitely not going to learn if you're not, taking some chances and trying to figure out what works and what doesn't. This is a mistake, jumping in so soon. But now I know, and now I can learn from it. You know, I'm giving up. I know my games already. I don't know if it's gonna come back up. It's already looking like it's downtrending, top and then lower top. So look at that, man. Look at that. Like I see that, and immediately I want to flatten my position. You know what I mean? But doesn't that mean there's gonna be a bunch of green candles coming up? Like, there's no way of knowing. There might be a bunch of red candles. Look at that, and I already give up all my games, and then some. It's frustrating. And look at this. This one's barely moving. And that's $1 again. A difference. You know, another red one. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 red ones. Should I sell right now? Should I drop again? I don't know. Can't figure out. No, patterns obviously broken. This one went from $1 to break even second. Now I'm down $1 and quit. I don't know if it's gonna keep going down or keep going up. No, it's like rain. It's raining like that. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus. Hmm. How does that happen? Oh, so everything going down. So I'll wait till it recovers a little bit. Oh, ah, that sucks. Confidence shattered. I was just talking about taking risks too. Oh, keep going. Now the question is, do I sell it before it hits the green? And it's an obvious downtrend. Do I sell it when it starts going down? Like this one here. This is a tough business. A lot of times you gotta swallow your pride. Get out. This one's getting worse. Oh. Welcome back, man. I'm struggling with these two right here. Oh, man. Like I should have cut earlier. And now this is one of the mistakes that I ran into, like a beginner mistakes that you could do. It's like they don't, I mean, and I can tell I'm doing it right now. Like I should just cut losses. Just find another one. It hurts. At least my own advice, man. Get a cut. I'm already way down. Just give up my profits from that first one. Now I'm down 3 cents on a share in that stock that I was up $1 or something. That's good. 257. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, this one, same thing. Now I'm trending. Now cut losses. It's good. Before it drops again. Tough pill to swallow, man. 167. Jeez. 4 trades, 3 red. Yeah, no, you're right. I should have cut that. That's the thing too. That's the thing about day trading. It's like you know what you're supposed to do. Because that's what everybody tells you. They tell you these are the mistakes you're gonna make, so don't make them. But we still make it. You know, like this one over here. You weren't here for this one, but I came in. Look at the movement, right? Came in and it just went flat and it dropped. So I sold. That's what they tell you to do, right? They tell you to cut your losses. And I sold right at the bottom before it started coming back up. You know what I mean? Pretty crazy. Like I mean, I'm intentionally only working on $1,000 because I know I was going to lose some of it. But I still don't want to lose. You know what I mean? Now the only thing I can do is wait. Wait to see if this thing becomes breaks that downtrend. Get some money back. This one's flat. It's not doing anything. 2,800 in 1 week. And you say you're still learning? You gotta slow down. Like I know I'm gonna lose some of this money, so that's why I was trying to, take my time. I started out my first week with $10 positions, $20 on the second week, $30, and then I'm trying to improve my win rate. So I told myself once I hit, 65, 70, 75, somewhere on there consistently, then I can go 25,000 margin account, try to learn how to short. Like this right here, I don't even know if I should keep watching this. 2,800 in one transaction or the whole week? the one thing about for me, for, as far as long investing, what I do with the Robinhood, like I'm not really paying attention to Robinhood that often. I put alarms, so it's like if I get 10 alarms all saying that price is below a certain point, then only two transactions. Oh, yeah, how much are you playing with, man? If I get like 10 alarms saying that price is changing, then that's a sign that maybe I start, dropping some positions. But on a daily basis, I don't really check each individual stock. You know, if I buy for long term with Robinhood, I buy companies that I either know or everybody's talking about. You know what I mean? And it makes it a little easier. I knew coming into day trading that it's going to be gambling pretty much. It's, I wonder if you think he's going to go up or recover back up here. That future, that's 15 cents. I don't want to go back to, look at that. Damn it. Look at this. Look how fast it moves up. Like, now, actually, it takes a while to move up, but it's quick. But, like you went into it knowing that money is potentially gone, right? That's how I look at my Robinhood. Even though I have most of my money in there, I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it like I am like this money could be gone next week. So I don't depend on that money. You know what I'm saying? Is that how you're looking at it? Yes. Look at what I bought. Look at what I sold. Look where it's at now. It's hilarious. Yeah. So that's how you need to look at it. Look at this. Oh my God. See, you saw that right coming. Short seller right there. How much do you know like do you try to study the psychology of day trading, of like technical analysis, how people kind of looking at graphs? I think that's the thing that I need to focus more on. That's one of the reasons I like that humble trader. She has a couple of videos on it, and yeah, man, like this is obviously short sellers right here. They saw that green spike, so they're like it's gonna start dropping, and then you start short selling. Now they're trying to make their money back. You know what I mean? Do that, man. So actually, YouTube is a little weird because it doesn't show the username, but my username is LVP1980, so that's why I put it on the banner. That's my email, and that's my Instagram and everything. So LVP1980 at Yahoo. Um, and yeah, send it to me, man. I'm interested to see that. Like I said, I'm just learning, so it's really, as we were talking about it earlier, it's really hard to trust these gurus because they're trying to sell you something. So I don't really, I stick more to YouTube where people are trying to create content to get, viewership. So at least it's a little bit more honest, I think, than those ads that pop up. Yeah, man, I'm actually kind of interested. We should, I have a Discord that I don't know how to use yet. I don't know if you know how to do that. I'm trying to build a community so we can kind of learn together because look at this. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a lot of mistakes that I make, and like I said, I don't really trust these guys with the Lamborghinis, and it's just do they not know that that looks weird? That looks so cheap and like car salesman. So yeah, man, if you don't mind, you can just email me at lvp1980 at yahoo.com or um, yeah, I'm getting old also. Like Instagram, I still don't really get, uh, but I'm the same thing on Instagram or Facebook. So Facebook is the same, LVP1980. If you use that, I don't really use it anymore either, but yeah, email me. I definitely want to check it out because I don't want to lose money, $100. So if I can figure out, especially if you know where you went wrong, and you can share that with me, um, that'd be great. That's what I try to do when I do the journal entries. But again, man, I'm lazy. I'm trying not to be lazy. Uh, there's just certain things that I'm really lazy with, certain things that I'm really, hard working with. Hard, yeah, I don't know if that makes sense. But, and I guess it's a lot tougher when you're making something and you don't know if people are gonna use it or not. Like the biggest reason why I still do videos because you can see I don't have a lot of viewership is because when we travel, I wanna record my the travels with my girls so they remember what where we took them, where we've been. That's the biggest motivator again. The videos in my vlogs they don't really get a lot of views, but we watch them all the time. Just to kind of last year we went to Australia. It's like I think it's like 17 videos on Australia, so we love going back and watching that because it's crazy how fast whether you're young or you're old, man, you forget what you've been, where you've been. Like how much do you remember from the California time? You know what I mean? How it feels for you to go back to California if you think you do. That's how it is for me. Like when I go back to LA, I don't really like going back to LA. Just because I don't like how the feeling of LA is just too big of a city. Honolulu is huge too, but there's some difference to it. So I want to get bored. I mean, it's already been kind of pushing it. I don't know if I'm gonna get. I don't want to do that, man. It's up 10% for the day, so maybe I want to go for today. This one's still dropping. Let me check my Robinhood real quick. Still up $1,000. Interesting. Interesting. I wonder what this one's gonna do. Nano therapeutics. A lot of therapeutics are popping up right now. A lot of pharmaceuticals and bio, bio, whatever companies. I guess everybody's trying to get that coronavirus vaccine. Oh, yeah, yeah. See, this one is a swing from yesterday. I'm still losing money on. Need to get up here. That one I said not to cut yesterday because overall it was uptrending, like the daily chart. This one right there. And then it looks already. I got it already a few days ago. And I ended up winning and then losing. Maybe, oh, this one's dropping already. I wonder if I can catch it at the bottom. with that play. Yeah, I'm gonna try. It's probably gonna be a mistake here, but I'm gonna see if I get this one somewhere at the bottom for the uptrend. I'm gonna wait until it slows down. Do you use Discord by any chance? The only reason I discovered it is because I guess a lot of gamers use it. And oh wow, that's crazy. Since I started streaming on Twitch, it kept popping up on when I was doing research on how to use Twitch and stream and all that. And so I got one, but I don't really know. I know you can communicate with it. I've seen people gaming, having a conversation with multiple people through Discord, and while they're playing the game on a different server, whatever game they're playing. So they're not really talking through the game; they're talking through Discord. So I wanted to check that out. If it gets recovery now, let's see if we can get something in it. Let's go 171. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Just dropped. It's acting weird. Still dropping. That's some huge movements, man. It's going from 171 to 167. Why? Okay, I'm losing confidence in this one. Look for something else. This one is flat. Wow, watch it. And I come back on at the end of the day. It's gonna stay like this for hours, and then in a few seconds, it's gonna shoot up. I don't know if you're still there, but how long you been trading for? How long have you been trying to learn to day trade? Wasn't I looking at getting into this? Oh, I said it was up 10% for the day. I don't want to push it. Uh, you're gonna break through. Oh, okay. Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's really hard to find somebody you can trust. You know what I mean? Because you don't know if they're just trying to sell you their course. Because you gotta wonder. And I try to give them the benefit of the doubt. But if they're making these millions of dollars, and some guy saying that he made 5 million on the market, so there's 2 points of view. Either it's not true and he's trying to use that, or maybe he did make that much, but he doesn't really, maybe he's not that consistent, or but he's trying to make money from another, from a different source, which you can commend him for it, right? He wants to teach, there's less risk in teaching than there is in the market. So I get that part. Uh, but it makes you wonder if they can even teach, because not everybody can teach, you know. No problem. Be right here, man. Oh, look at this one. Oh, should we get into it? I don't want to change it. To your grandpa. It's cool, man. Trying to learn something new. And my mom graduated high school at her like when she was 44 years old. It's pretty impressive. She actually never finished middle school in Mexico. Oh yeah, let me check my email real quick. Hold on. I was checking out that. So you sent it to LBP, so Lima Victor Papa 1980 at Yahoo, right? I haven't gotten any. I haven't gotten any of your emails. Hold on, my actually, you know what? My screen is frozen. Yeah, no emails yet, man. So Lima Victor Papa 1980 at Yahoo. I know it looks like a I, but it's an L in my first name. Oh, 52, you're still young, man. You're a young grandpa. I'll be 40 this year. And I feel old, but I don't feel old because I'm turning 40. I feel old because I've been struggling with my weight for too long, and I'm starting to feel it. I'm not broken yet, which is thankful. That's why I'm still in the military. It's definitely showing up. You know what I mean? The sensitive knees, sensitive back, those kinds of things. Yeah, that's it. LVP1980 at yahoo.com. Yeah, that's it right there. Yeah, so maybe just taking a little bit to show up, but you got the right email. Maybe fresh there. Maybe because their screenshots are taking a while to send. I don't know. All right, so we're looking at XSPA. Seems like it's going to come down now, so it's probably too late to get in it until the rebounds. We leave that one there. So a grandpa at 52. So that means, and if she's calling you, that means she's old enough to have a toddler at least. You were young when you had. Well, I guess it's not that bad. Actually, I have, now that I think about it, I have cousins that are in their 40s that are grandparents. I'm late, man. My, my, I have two daughters, 6 and 8, and I was trying not to have kids before 30. Trying to enjoy life a little bit before kids. Because I heard stories, growing up. Yeah, they do take up a lot of time, a lot of money. 7, the same age as my youngest, or about the same as my youngest. You resent it? Oh, resent it. Okay. Oh, there it is. I got you, man. Oh, you doing? Wait, hold on. I just bought WFC yesterday, Robin, 2 days ago. Wait, 2 days ago. Just bought those guys. So you doing options? I wonder if you know a good resource for options. Um, so Amazon one is not options, all right? Oh, look at that. You have a big account then if you're oh no, I'm looking at the wrong thing. So you're doing options. I wanted to learn the basics of just technical analysis, just to be able to figure out to see figure out if I can read the graph or not. I mean, nobody can guess, but at least can get close enough to where I might have an idea of where the graph is going to go before I decide to do options. It seems like I don't know a lot about options, and it seems like you need to do a little bit more research because you're betting on the company going up or down, like in days, right? It's not like you're doing, daily graphs type of stuff. I mean, intraday graphs like what we're doing right now. But the one thing that is, from what I know, it sounds like with options, there's a limit to what you can lose. So like how much you're gonna lose going into it, which is I kind of like that part about that. It's a little too advanced for me right now. It is. Don't move it up at all. Yeah, he's been popping up a lot on the ads. The guy with the beard, right, with the red beard. Um, he, I like how he talks. I haven't really signed up for the newsletter and some of the whatever the free items that he gives. Um, I'm hesitant to pay for anything. Um, but out of all of them, I think he's probably the one. Him and then the humble trader are probably if I spend when I start spending money on educating myself on this. Uh, he and the humble trader are probably the ones that I'm looking at. But he still comes out kind of, you know, car salesman a little bit. You know what I mean? Yeah, red beard guy. Yes, I for some reason I like him, but maybe I'm just too distracted by the fact that it's somebody trying to sell you something. I'm not too sure, especially because there's so many free resources out there. I got a bunch of videos too. If you want, man, I can send you some of those videos that I have. Um, that are some are free, open. Download them from either YouTube or other resources, and some are like ebooks that I haven't really gotten to yet, but seem like they keep popping up when I do research. Yeah, yeah, let's do that, man. Like I said, I'm still in the learning process, so I don't want to start spending money. It sounds. Let me watch how I say this because it sounds like I'm contradicting myself. So I have a tendency to get into things and then just spending all kinds of money, right? So a good example is trying to get this streaming thing going. Um, so I've been looking at microphones and maybe new desktops and new monitors. In the old days, before I started investing, I would have had all that stuff already. I would have had the $200 microphone with the two or three, 27-inch monitors and the gaming rig. So, but I'm trying to fight that feeling because it got me in trouble before, right? And so my new strategy since I started investing in 2016 is to be as minimal, as much of a minimalist as possible. Some of my videos kind of deal with that, and hold on, I'm gonna get into this one again, even though I lost a bunch earlier. How much did I go into last time? Five. Yeah, let's go 16. 16 shares, and we'll just go 7. And so what I'm trying, because I'm trying to be a minimalist about it, including information. It's basically spend the least amount of money to get the most amount of information. Then I'm waiting on paying for courses. I hope I'm making sense. And uh, and so I don't want to sign up for anything yet until I know. Like maybe if something keeps popping up saying, "All right, these guys are the best, man. You gotta get into these guys." Then okay, then it makes more sense if I get into that because it's popping up everywhere. You know what I mean? Like buying the best what do you call best selling book. Like if somebody keeps recommending the same book, if different people keep recommending the same book to you, then it makes sense to look into it. But I haven't seen anything like that yet. You know what I mean? Um, really, most of the paid content that pops up is because of the videos that I watch and the advertisement they provide. But even the YouTube channels that I follow, they don't really, um, a lot of them don't really sell mentorship programs. Yeah, so we're back into XSPA, which I keep forgetting to update on here. Yeah, so I'll send you. I'm gonna have them on Dropbox, so I'll send you a link later on. There's a lot of them. That's why it has to be like a Dropbox, because I won't be able to send them um, on the email. They're too big. But I'll send you the ones that I've watched already that I think are pretty decent. If you've been in it for 2 years, you probably know a lot of the stuff. The ones that I haven't finished because they're really long. They're like each video is like 4 hours and it's like 4 or 5 videos. Uh, they get really into like the level two stuff down here and the price strip, whatever they call that thing. They get into like different patterns, and so those guys, even though you know Tim Sykes, right? I mean that guy. I don't dislike him. I think he seems like pretty honest, but he's everywhere, and so he seems like he knows what he's talking about. Uh, but there's another guy who came. Um, what do you call the guy that learns from another guy? Not disciple. Uh, anyways, he learned from Tim Sykes, and his first name is Tim. Last name I still can't pronounce. I think it's like an Italian name, but he seems pretty good just because he has the same type of personality that I have, where I have to put everything on. I'm a visual guy, so I have to put everything on a spreadsheet. I have to track all the numbers. You know what I mean? So he seems like that. The one thing that stands out to me is that like he's dedicated. I like spreadsheets, but this guy loves spreadsheets. So I'll send you his video first. Um, got a lot of information, and then a couple of just Udemy courses just on like how to, the basics of technical analysis. I don't use uh, too much of what's the other one? Not technical analysis. I'm blanking out right now. The What's the other one? Technical, fundamental. And so I have some courses on fundamental analysis. Those I really like because that's what I use for Robinhood. So I'll send you those too. And yeah, man, let's learn together. You can see I'm struggling. You know what I mean? This one right here, I'm in it. I get in and it goes flat. Which if you see my other streams, this really gets to me. Yeah. So Tim Sykes, he's been around for a little while. I first got into day trading in 2016 because I, I was in a different mindset. Back then, I still didn't trust the market because I was brand new. It's gonna drop again. So that was 2016. That's when I got into Robinhood, April of 2016. So we're coming on we're past 4 years. But yeah, I would start with $5 on Robinhood, and I started going up to like 25 when I got comfortable, and then 50, and then so on, right? So I kept getting more and more comfortable. But the mistake that I made is that I tried to do day trading when I didn't even understand just the market in general. I didn't know how the market worked. So as frustrated as I am right now with this, I was panicking back then, man. My heartbeat must have gone. Like when I bought on Robinhood, when I would buy a stock, a penny stock, even if the stock stayed flat, my heart rate was just pounding. My heart was just going crazy. Right? I realized maybe because I'm still working at 3:30 in the morning, four in the morning. I would hold a stock when I'm working, shooting a wedding, and I just couldn't concentrate. So I kind of back then kind of got into it with the wrong mindset. But yeah, Tim Sachs kept popping up, so I had his videos from way back. Uh, and as far as the patterns. It seems like he's really good with recognizing patterns and taking advantage of certain patterns. I got his videos too, but I haven't watched them recently. I'll watch them back then. I'll send you those too. But yeah, I like the disciple, the guy that came from him. Uh, he's really young too, man. Really young. He's in his 20s, and he already made over 4 million. Uh, but try not to focus on the money because it's I'd rather look at success rates, win losses, like how many times they win. Of the could they play 100 times, how many times they get the goal green? Because when you start looking at money, you forget that these guys, even though they started out, like Tim Sykes started off with $12,500 account, which most people can't even get that. You know what I mean? So, um, and some of these guys take huge risks, which I don't think is part of my personality. To go into like a trade for $200,000. I don't think that's ever gonna happen for me. No, I haven't heard of Vincent. I heard of Richest Man in Babylon. I haven't heard it though. Um, if you, if, do you like it? If you recommend it, I'll check it out. Uh, I really got into first. I got into investing because personal finance. So I was kind of high in debt. So I was trying to figure out how to get out of debt and not get back into debt because I've gotten out of debt a few times. Right now, I'm completely debt free, including mortgage and everything. But it was mostly because the Get Rich, no, Get Rich Die Trying. That's a movie. The Rich Dad Poor Dad, and I heard some bad stuff about this other guy. Not the Rich Dad Poor Dad guy. He's from Hawaii too, actually. Um, Randall. He's like a personal finance guru. But anyways, one of his books is the first one that kind of got me into personal finance. I got debt free and decided to start investing, and then really that's how I got into it, which is good because I would not have been ready for this pandemic if I was doing the same thing I was doing before then. Ah man, should I cut losses on this one again? Oh my gosh, bro, this is like the fourth red today. Maybe I'm pushing it too much, man. 518. Yeah, what's funny is that it goes green, but it doesn't go green long enough for me to, take advantage of it. Ramsey, something Ramsey. So yeah, man, those books, the first that was Rich Dad Poor Dad, like all his books have helped a lot. Some of the stuff is kind of gimmicky a little bit, but I've used it and it worked. Look at that, I sold right at the bottom again, uh, and it worked. So it got me out of debt. So I can't say anything bad about Rich Dad Poor Dad. So Ramsey, whatever his name is, I learned some of the stuff is completely opposite. Some of the stuff that he says was completely opposite to what Rich Dad Poor Dad was kind of preaching. Um, it made sense when I heard it, but then since then I've heard some bad stuff about him, so I haven't really gone back to his book, audiobook. Uh, but at the time, there was one thing that stood out. Yeah, Dave Ramsey, that's the guy. At the time, the one thing that stood out from Dave Ramsey, and I think it was Sam. I hope I'm not getting mistaken about it. I don't want to give him credit for something that looks at for that. put out, but I think it was Dave Ramsey who had the concept of the three buckets. Correct me if I'm wrong. But he says the first bucket is cash in the house, $1,000, 2,000. Case of an emergency, car breaks down, you need cash right away. Can't get to the bank or whatever. First bucket. That bucket has to be full before you move on to the second bucket. And so the second bucket being um, the 3 to 6 months of income. So like how much do you spend every month to pay your bills, to eat, shelter, and all that. Then I froze. Oh, okay. Yeah, my internet is really slow here in Hawaii. But yeah, so the second bucket is 3 to 6 months of income. You figure out how much you need for 6 months in case you go unemployed or whatever, and that's the second bucket. So the second bucket doesn't get started until you have that first bucket of $1,000, and then you got minimum 3 months, preferably 6 months on the second bucket, and the last bucket is retirement. So once the first bucket is full, second bucket is full, everything that's not being spent uh, goes into retirement. So IRA, 401k, whatever investment accounts, index fund, whatever. And so that is the concept that uh, that stood out for me on his book, on the Dave Ramsey book, I think. And it's the one that's been kind of showing showing back up over and over again, right? And so whenever I run into a little bit of trouble, which hasn't really been that bad since I started doing investing, so that's good. You know, props to those guys. Uh, but thanks to just that advice from Dave Ramsey, he's given me uh, guidance and a purpose. Right? So if I ever feel lost, I'm like, okay, so I got bucket one, okay, the bucket's two set, okay, so let's work on bucket two. So that's that kind of carries me through. I don't know if I'm making sense, but um, so that's why I remember that guy. And then I heard that he's kind of like, anyways, I'm not gonna get into the negative stuff I heard about him, but for Rich Dad Poor Dad, the biggest lesson that I've gotten from all his books is that there aren't really too many situations where debt is good. You know what I mean? So like debt overall is bad. So you shouldn't try to get into debt. You know, there are a few exceptions, which are still kind of like obviously he's in real estate, and so that's when debt might be an excuse. But even then, if you can buy a house, guys, and I got this from another guy actually, Rich Dad, not Rich Dad, sorry, Mr. Money Mustache. I like some of his thinking. Is is that you shouldn't have to use. It's good to have credit, but it's best not to use it. So right now, my credit score is insane. Like I've never had a credit score this good, 820 something, almost 830, something like that. But I don't care now because I don't need it. I'm trying not to use it. You see what I'm saying? And so Rich Dad Poor Dad kind of talked a lot about how debt is very bad. And to try to avoid it is best unless you have a legitimate kind of business reason, you know. And then the Mr. Money Mustache. So those are the big three names that I have for personal finance. And the Mr. Money Mustache, he's the guy that retired in 10 years because he wanted to retire. He didn't want to wait till he was in his 60s to retire. And the biggest thing for him is if you want something, you have to save for it. And I just put it on credit because then you end up you know, basically working for it for the rest of your life, trying to pay for the stuff that you wanted earlier. It's kind of rambling now, but those guys really stand out. Yeah, add me on Facebook, man. I don't jump on there as much, but I still get notifications. So if you message me on Facebook, it'll pop up to my phone. You know what I mean? So we can chat, man. We can try to figure this day trading out together because right now you have way more experience than me. Um, and yeah, it's like challenge. I don't know what how you are, uh, controlling your emotions. You know what I mean? I have friends that I envy because they're super mellow. Like I've never see them raise their voice. I don't see them, especially with the kids. They don't, you know, they they when they talk to the kids, they're like, listen, you gotta do this, and you can't say that, and I can't do that, man. I want to be that kind of guy, but I just, yeah, I don't have, I have like a, I guess a short fuse, and I don't know, I mean, I haven't really gotten in a fight in a long time, but uh, I do get emotional, you know, get passionate about certain things. And so if you notice some of my streams, man, I get a little bit too overly excited, especially when things aren't going my way. Um, so yeah, man, if I can figure that out, if I can kind of control that, uh, I might have a chance with this day trading stuff. You know what I mean? Because this is my goal for day trading. Right? So if um, you can on Facebook, yeah, don't use my name. Use LVP 1980. Because Leonardo Perez is like a super common name. Perez is like the seventh most common Spanish name. So LVP 1980. Everything. Instagram, Twitter. What else? I got stuff I don't even use anymore, but everything's LVP 1980. I pop up, you see my face right away. So yeah, add me on there, man. And then I was thinking about doing a Facebook group later on as hopefully channel grows and I will get better at this. Uh, but yeah, you can find me with LVP 1980 everywhere. Let's see. I forgot what I was talking about. Yeah, but I have friends that are really mellow that I envy. Yeah, I wish I was like that. Yeah. Sports still? That could have got me. Dang. Let me check my Robin Hood real quick because it looks like everything's popping right now. Well, $1,200. All right, it's good. Like, man, how can I be losing money when the market is up today? That's why I don't have a desk. I literally have like this little stand that kind of moves around because man, you're gonna start using the cement blocks for your desk. That's what I need. Cement countertop. Oh yeah, so that's what I was saying. So my goal with this day trading stuff, is because I'm in Hawaii, right? So if we decide to stay in Hawaii, the market opens at 3:30, which right now is still tough to get up to, but let's say you know, put some effort into it, and I'm able to have a nice schedule where I wake up at 3 to start training at 3:30 and finish by 6. That means at 6, if I start averaging $200, this is me daydreaming. If I get to an average of $200 a day, let's say 300, which is what I probably make doing weddings, and by 6 in the morning I can be done. I can shoot weddings when I want. I don't have to be, I love shooting weddings. I love photography, but you know, it's nice to have options. So I can be up at 6 o'clock in the morning if I don't feel like working that day. I don't have to work that. You know what I mean? So the guy can dream, right? That's the goal. Right? Um, sure, there's better ways. Getting into real estate seems like something that a lot of people are succeeding with. Um, but I don't know. It's maybe in Hawaii it's saturated, overly saturated. Yeah. What I mean? But that's really why I got into it. If I can be done by 6 o'clock in the morning, and you just have the rest of the day just to chill, maybe work out or something, hang out with kids, or especially because I want to start traveling more. If I can travel and just, wherever I'm at, do 1, 2 hours of training and be done, it'd be nice. So how's your rate, your win rate right now? Are you still struggling with it? Are you uh, better? Are you improving? Like, what's your progress so far with dark mode? Because you say you've been doing it for 2 years, but then I'm assuming you stopped for a little bit, and then you got back, you got started back up what, 3 months ago? Yeah. I mean, and I think no matter how good you get, I think no matter how good you get, we're always. I think everybody's gonna struggle with it, but it seems like this is just what I've been kind of picking up. It seems like uh, if you can minimize your loss, because you're gonna lose, minimize your loss, and then and then so that's what that one side, right? So fear and ego. So if you can minimize your loss by swallowing your pride, just cutting your losses, but this thing is going up again. 151, it's 11 cents. Oh man. Anyway, so if you can do that, and then manage your fear, so that wait, hold on. I think I'm flipping them now. So you minimize your loss, right? But then I'm messing it up. But I got this one of this free PDFs with the 7 sins of new traders, and the biggest ones that kind of popped up in two different, uh, in a couple of different ways, is being able to admit when you're wrong. So like if you go into a stock thinking it's going to go up and it starts going down, you're wrong, so you just sell it, bite the bullet, and don't prolong it. Don't let it get worse. So that's one. And the other one on the upside is what? I'm trying to think. I'm looking at. I know greedy. I think not be so greedy. Not be so greedy that you hold on and let it go from being to the. I'm not coming up with the right words, but I think you know what I mean. I think once we can manage those two things, um, then success is a little bit closer. You had a good day. So were you trading this whole time too? Yeah, I might join you, man. I don't know. Like I definitely need somebody to tell me, somebody that knows what they're doing to kind of guide me. And then that redhead guy seems a little bit more uh, composed than the other guys. You've seen the guy with the pops up. I don't know why this guy bothers me, but he shows up with a stack of hundreds behind him. He's like, I'm gonna talk about these so-called trading gurus. Oh, it's a big topic as he takes a drink. That guy just rubs me the wrong way, man. Yeah, yeah. Let me know, man. Like I'm still hesitant on spending money, uh, but I'll check him out and see if he's got anything that stands out. You know what I mean? Anything that first, see if he has anything free. I know he has a free training. that keep popping up on the ads. So I might check that out first. But out of the ones that pop up, him, there's another guy. He sounds kind of car sellish too, but he's got a. I'm just judging him by how he looks. He seems like a nice guy. He's the one that says that he lost $8,000 and now he's up to 5 million. Can't think of his name. Uh, he's the one that has the seven sins of new traders. The PDF that I downloaded. Yeah, that's the guy, right? That's the guy that is drinking his lacrosse drinks. Saying, he talks about Bruce being stupid and stuff like that. If you have all these indicators on the screen, yeah, he probably man, he must be spending some money on those ads. So you were trading this whole day today? Look at this man. Oh, jeez, look at this. I lost over here, now this thing's way up here. And it's not a lot, it's 5 cents, but 5 cents. Yeah, 5 cents. And if I was holding, I keep doing this to myself now, where I look at what I could have earned. So that would have been $4. Yeah, I feel like a newbie so bad. Like I really feel like a new guy. I mean, I am, but oh, okay. Oh, nice, nice, nice. So I think one of the mistakes I'm making, I don't know. Let me see what you think about this. One of the mistakes that I'm making because I'm only doing $40 trades is that I might be over trading. Instead of waiting for the right trade, like something like this, like look at this, still going. Um, I think I'm doing too many trades. What do you think? You try to do just one or two trades a day, just big ones, or do you, I see some guys that are like they go along when it's going up, and as soon as it starts turning, they start shorting, and then they keep adding to the position. There's this guy Ricky Rodriguez, I think. I think he has the biggest channel as far as trading goes. Uh, but he does a couple of the uh, free live trading. I think he does two a month or something. And I see that he adds to the position as it grows. And maybe he's working with, 25, $50,000. So I guess he can do that. But what do you think? Hmm. So for me, let's see. So opens at 3:30. Yeah. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to end by 5:30, 6 o'clock. Yeah, that's true. And so how many trades are you looking for? A specific number of trades to do in those 2 hours, or do you just try to do one really big one? Oh, okay. So you just kind of wait it out, look for a stock that you might get into, and then just wait for that opening. Because if you notice what I'm doing, man, I'm just going back and forth, um, just trying to see where a pattern is forming. The problem, what I think the problem with the way I'm doing it is that by the time I see the pattern, everybody's seen the pattern. Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm trying to do for a couple of reasons. One, because I don't want to be sitting in front of the screen all day. That's the main reason. And two, because yeah, I understand that once you hit that 6, 7 o'clock, it's just going flat until an hour before the market closes. You know what I mean? Everything else in between, it's just like you said, it seems automated because it's like flat and then it slowly starts going down or it starts going up. There's nothing really crazy like this like in the morning. Yeah. Right now, I don't even know what I'm looking at, man. Obviously, I probably need to oh, cut my losses with this Neo one. It's just one flat. So you wait for it to move down to it. So you see it. You're looking for the support lines, the major support lines, and wait for it to hit that. Try to ride it as it goes up. Yeah. I look for low. Mm. Yeah, that's what I need too, man. I need more patience. You know what I mean? It seems like if you can do that, you have pretty good patience. So I need to work on that. So what I'm hearing is, so you look at the daily chart for a stock. You look at where it could potentially be like a major, like let's say it, it hit that, it resisted, broke through, and then it went into a support, and that's a major line that you're looking at, right? So you're looking for that price to come back down to the line, or you're looking for that to come back up as a, like if it broke past that support, you're waiting for it to come back up to it. Yeah, no, I know volume is huge. Yeah, I think I know what you're saying. I think some of the videos that I was watching kind of talk about, uh, in fact, the, the, the humble trader, the one that I was talking about. She talks a lot about the major support and resistance lines. I think that's probably how she trades. You should check her out. Humble trader. I think she's Chinese, but she's in Canada, and she sounds really experienced. But she doesn't sell you a dream. You know what I mean? In fact, I think she got popular because she put a video making fun of all the Lamborghini gurus. Amazon, man, like I bought 25,000 worth of stock 2 days ago, uh, just because the market's still moving up. So I wanted to, get a little bit of that, get a little bit of that. But are you looking at Amazon for day trade? for day trading, right? Because it seems like, I mean, how much higher can it go? You know what I mean? I don't. It's not gonna be like a Berkshire Hathaway where it's 250,000, right? So yeah, she's really good. So check her out. I recommend her. She has a lot of stuff for beginners, which is what's been helping me out recently. But as far as Amazon, so you day trade with Amazon, but how much has it changed though? So like right now, I'm looking at Amazon on Robinhood. It went from 240 2,444 to 2,469. So that's 40 something dollars. So you can only buy it, even if you're using, you know, let's say, I think you said $16,000 account. Are you going all in? I mean, the only reason, so the only reason I use penny stocks is because otherwise, just, I mean, if I buy one share of a $40 stock, obviously I'm still learning that. If I buy one share and it goes up a dollar, you know, that's nice and all, but you know, is that gonna carry over? I guess because my account's so small, kind of my perspective is a little bit different. Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I forget we do options. Yeah, I'm not familiar with options yet. Man. I know I know how they work. I'm still fuzzy in some stuff. Some stuff. So maybe, do you have any recommendations on the YouTube videos for options? I know there's this one guy who did an hour long breakdown. Blonde dude, I think it's from California. Um, that's the only one really that I watched. But I haven't done options at all. I haven't really tried to study options too much. Now that I'm now that I'm talking about it, I actually have a friend in California who's a professional. Um, he works for a brokerage in Beverly Hills. I think I'm gonna hit him up, see what he's got to say. Yeah, he does options. I don't know if he does other stuff like regular buying or going long, going short. Jeez, man, I'm down $6. I mean, it's not a lot of money, but it's a lot of money percentage wise. Now that I guess it makes sense if you're doing options to be looking at major resistance and support lines. Yeah, yeah. I was planning to get into options because that's what everybody's talking about. I just I don't know, for some reason I had the idea that maybe I should get good at the graphs first, and so I was thinking traditional, buy low, sell high. Good place to start. Did you ever get into just regular, if not options, just regular, I guess, equity? Mm, Yeah, no, it's definitely part of my schedule, do options. And like I said, I really like the idea that you know exactly how much you're risking. You know what I mean? Because I'm not even considering shorting. Even if I go into a margin account where I can short, uh, I wouldn't even do that until I'm 100% sure uh, that I know what I'm doing. Because that's limitless, man. I can lose everything right there. This right here on the left, these are all my Robinhood positions. See, I have Peloton, Moderna, the one that's working on the vaccine. Got a bunch. I even bought a weed company. I don't know why. I smoke weed. Hold on, I'm getting some kind of a message here. Right. Yeah, that's what I was doing. That's what I'm doing with the Robinhood. Trying to go along. So all the stuff that I have on Robinhood, unless shit hits the fan, I don't plan on selling it. You know what I mean? Um, so actually, I'll take that back. So I don't want to sell it. But what I do is recently, what I've been doing recently is that once I have like if I'm up 300%, then at least I sell enough to get my initial investment out. So like I try to spend about $1,000 per company of shares, right? And then if I get to 300%, then I sell 1,000 worth and just let the rest of it ride. You know what I mean? And eventually, um, because I was uncomfortable having a margin account while the stock market was potentially going to crash. This happened right before a pandemic too, right before February 20th when the market started crashing. So it was January, kind of into February, and then I'm thinking, you know what, the market, there's no way with all this fear going on about the pandemic, there's no way it's gonna hold up. And I was holding a margin account with Robinhood, and I had about 15,000 used. It was margin money, right? 15,000 out of 25, I think. And so I'm like, wow, man, it's gonna be really bad. I don't wanna use my cash from my first bucket to, to pay for this margin account. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's what I've been watching that all day here on just these small stocks. And so what I did is I started selling my biggest gainers to try to get my initial investment out. And some of them, I went in with 1,000 and I took out 2,000 right before February 20th. And so I got out of margin and then boom, it started dropping. And as soon as it hit the bottom, I think it was March 18th, when it hit the bottom, I waited. In March 24th, I went margin again, and I bought a bunch of these stocks, and they're all obviously everything started, you know, going up again. So then I sold my initial investment again, right, to pay off the margin account. So now I'm out of margin. So I might be confusing you, but so I got out of margin right before February 20th. I went back into it in March to use some of Robinhood's money to, generate money for me, and now I'm back out. I got your message right here. You look like an FBI agent, man. You don't look like you're in your fifties either. When I was in my twenties, people thought I was in my thirties, man. I always looked old. I just recently had army training, not training, but I had to do. I'm a platoon sergeant for an infantry platoon, so I had to inventory some of the company stuff yesterday. As it's a monthly thing that people have to do, so we just kind of switch out. So I literally just shaved my longest beard to go in for like 4 hours and read serial numbers. But it makes me look younger, I guess. I don't know. Feel naked without the beard. My wife definitely doesn't like my beard. All right, so I don't really see. I mean, the market is definitely going up. I don't know why. I could have just bought something when it bottomed out and would have made money if I didn't get out of it too many times. Especially like Ford. Look at Ford, man. Ford is up 12% today. Company is just flat. Okay. All right, Lee. Hey, man. I really appreciate you keeping me company. I think uh, I think you're probably done trading, and I'm just gonna give up now before lose any more money. I'm down 728 because I'm still holding on to this freaking loser here, Neo. Okay, I'm gonna just before I get off, I'm gonna show you why. I'm trying to justify. I'm trying to justify why I'm still holding on to this Neo here. So I was gonna say, but look how nicely it was moving, even from back here. So we, and as soon as I got on, and as soon as I got in, look at that. Right when I got in, it just went flat. Hmm. I don't even know how that works, man. Right when I got in, well, actually, I got in a couple of times. But right when I got in on the last time. So I'm hoping it'll keep going. I'm gonna leave this one as a swing. Again, it's probably pride not wanting me to admit to a loss here. This will be my experiment. See how this turns out later on this week. Oh, it's Friday, right? So next week we'll check it out. But Lee, I appreciate you keeping me company, man. Keeping me company. I'm gonna send you those Dropbox links right now for those videos. They're not options though, so I don't know if you're gonna be interested in them since your options have it down there yet. But I'll send you the links. Just anything maybe can help you read the graphs. So, but I'm gonna end the stream here at 6 o'clock, so I don't want to keep it too long. Even though I did start kind of late. Uh, but I got you on Facebook now, so let's see if we can learn together on there. And again, thank you, man. Appreciate it. I didn't even feel tired at all today because you were keeping me company. I appreciate it. Uh, let me know if you want to see anything else from me. Right, Riley. Take it easy. Everybody else, appreciate you guys watching. I hope that I see you guys on Monday. I am late with my highlight video, so I have to do that one today. I've been kind of slacking off. I'm gonna get it done today. I need to get motivated on it. And so I'll put the highlight video, kind of lessons learned type of stuff. I'm not gonna make it too long. The last two have been kind of a little bit too long, so I'm trying to see if I can shorten them a little bit. Yeah, no problem, man. Yeah, I have my daughter's actually screaming earlier because uh, both of them. Oops, right there. My daughter's like, I don't know, they like screaming at night. I don't know if they have night terrors or what, but they wake up and they don't remember anything. So I don't know how to, I don't know how to deal with that. But yeah, man, appreciate it. Yeah, see you Monday. I definitely be here on Monday. Check out. I'm gonna try to release a highlight video tomorrow. I'm gonna try to release a vlog on Sunday. Vlogs. I don't know if you're interested in the vlogs, but you know, they just my biggest motivation to stay on YouTube. So I'll keep posting those up. And appreciate you, man. Thank you. See you guys. Bye.